are. And the last thing that had happened is, after somehow getting sidetracked after a shopping trip into a side quest, the party decided the way to deal with someone who was threatening to a guard who was threatening to go over the guard captain's head and report directly to the crown about a magic user that had vowed to help you in the city. You decided the way to deal with that would be to stage a mob style murder and hide the
Fist
evidence.
fight.
Where the
Yeah,
hell was
fist
I
Yeah.
for this? Did I zone out?
You may
It
have.
was a
Yeah, because what happened is um, Aaron had distracted this guy at a tavern while Asher had taken the hallucinatory gas and basically liquefied it from his fairy dragon, turned it into a concentrated form, poisoned the guy's drink.
What the fuck?
While he was stumbling around, while hallucinated in this uh, pit fighting ring that Aaron had baited the guy into, Aaron pretended to be on the ropes, and then at the last second knocked the guy out. While everybody was amazed at the sudden upset, that's when Handy dragged the unconscious guy away and finished the deal. And
Bob, do something.
And now you guys presumably don't have to worry about being reported to the law anymore. Hope you're happy with yourself. Hope you're proud.
nobody
Jesus.
knows. Okay, nobody knows I stuffed that guy in the box other than me.
Yeah.
But I think they'll figure out fast enough. So, yeah. You're welcome.
And so it's the following day. I'll say that everyone would have had a chance to long rest, and now you're halfway to your location. As a quick recap of what you had missed, session, Soren. If you remember, there was a Minotaur of the party met a while back. Big Herc. Turns out he's been imprisoned, and he got a message outside of the prison and
Oh,
asked
shit.
the
That's what I do, guys.
party to come get him, come help him out because he thinks he might be able to help you move on the crown up north. And so about here where I'm pinging on the map
see.
is the
You're on fire.
location. So you all are roughly halfway there. It's another couple of weeks travel.
Okay.
There are a couple things in the city. It is technically a small city, not just a town. So if you wanted to get anything done quickly, shopping or looking around or otherwise, then I'll give you an opportunity to do that. The party kind of handled that for their characters last session, and then we can continue on.
I'm good.
I'm
All
guessing
right.
we're not having the poker tournament.
That would be up to you all if you would prefer to continue to travel or if you would try to wait for it.
When is this poker tournament?
It is within the next few days.
I have the ability to create items that can allow you to read people's minds.
This spawn is a
anyone's
long
interested.
ass walk from the actual fight.
Yeah. I should amend my statement and say that it is within the following week, not necessarily the next 2 or 3 days, but it still stands.
I still say we should rob them.
I'm down with robbing, but I'm also down with cheating.
Oh yeah, and I should probably fill Soren in on that too. That's pretty important. So the one of the reasons that the party got so sidetracked once they got here is they had gotten wind that there is a card tournament being held nearby. people are coming from all up and down the Sword Coast to join it. Usually adventures and Mavericks, high-ups, and things. And the reward is it fluctuates as more people participate, but it's between 5 and 10,000 gold.
Oh shit, that's a lot of money. I don't have a lot right now. That's awesome.
Yes, we need money. I need money.
So you guys want to steal this money?
Look, I mean, I have the ability to play legitimate or to play in the tournament, but just cheat my way through. But hey, it's all up to us.
Yeah, registrations are still open, and you have a sage in the town that's willing to vouch for you if you would prefer to join it legitimately. But obviously, then you run the risk of losing.
Well, I'm quite good at bluffing. Maybe I should enter.
I still say we should rob them.
Look,
Well, I think if we lose, then we rob them, right? That's the backup plan.
I like how you're thinking. I like this. Yeah, hey, does anyone have like three I don't know, just three shitty necklaces? Like, they don't even have to be valuable. I just need, like, honestly, like a string with like a seashell strung around it would be fine.
Actually, I do have a cowrie shell talisman.
Mm-hmm.
Look, whatever can technically be like a medallion of sorts. Like, anything will be fine to help me.
Do have the cowrie shell talisman. It was used by a warlock at one point to commune with some eldritch being, but that's probably fine.
Well, wait. Is it magical?
Oh, what? I don't remember that.
If you, it was a really long time ago. It was like near the beginning of the campaign. It was retrieved from. It was retrieved from whenever you all first encountered the ghost pirates. One of the undead members of the ship had it on him. He was using it.
Oh shit! I just had that on my person. I had no idea.
Yep.
Interesting. Anyway, I have this. You can totally use it. I don't really care.
No, I need a non-magical item.
Yeah, I don't have any of those. All my other pendants are magical.
All right, how many? Okay, how much would Kenji? How much would it cost to buy just three very just typical standard tourist trappy style necklaces? Like nothing valuable whatsoever. Basically, a glorified friendship bracelet. Just enough for me to.
Bracelet.
Just enough for me to use my ability to make it a medallion of thoughts.
Not very much. A holy symbol amulet is 5 gold, and a non-magical version of that would be less. So I'll say that you can get 3 of them for 8 gold. 8 gold for the 3.
8 gold for the 3.
Yeah.
Well, gotta spend money to make money.
That's nice.
All right, and yada yada yada, magic shit. They're all medallions of fucking what was it again?
You're using your artificer infusion.
Yep.
Okay.
And I no longer have the alchemy jug, returning dagger, and booths of winding path.
All right. So you now have 3 infused items that are temporarily acting as medallion of thoughts. You said medallion of thoughts, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Does anybody need a breastplate?
Why we need a breastplate?
Because I have a spare set of armor that I'm trying to get rid of.
Um,
You should probably just sell that.
yeah. I'd infuse it, but I'm kind of out of infusions right now. Running myself thin here. Oh, by the way, Soren, if we're going into this tournament, here, I just give him a necklace.
Oh, what does it do?
It's basically a medallion of thoughts until it runs out of charges. Yeah. So just
Alright.
attune yourself to it,
How long will
and
it last?
until I either take it away
I finally
or
died.
or die. Yes.
Yeah, it's if I remember correctly, the way the infusions work, it's basically
coming with
until he
Bob.
stops it.
All right.
And yeah, on that note, Lawrence posted that to clarify, the breastplate that he's trying to get rid of is an adamantine one. So,
You mean the one that I put his stupid dragon plate banger things on?
I think he had a separate suit made, but
Yeah, we agreed that fusing
Yeah.
those items would not be.
cosmetically it's fine. Rule wise, not gonna happen. But if you all aren't familiar, adamantine is
Negates
It
crits.
just- you can't be crit while you're wearing it. It just turns into a normal hit.
Yeah, I can't wear plate mail though.
It's brust. It's medium armor.
Mm.
Technically, I could wear it. I'd have to take off my mariner's armor.
Yeah, breastplates are medium armor. They start with a 14 AC base, and I don't think they give you disadvantage on stealth. No.
Oh shit! I'll take that. Why the fuck have I not done that? I could actually use that.
I'm tired of this, Myra.
Yeah,
Sneaking up
so
behind me.
if I remember correctly, medium armor lets you add 2 to the AC for Dex.
Yeah,
Plus
Yeah,
two.
so
unless you have that feat that makes it 3.
yeah, medium armor master or whatever it's called.
Medium
with-
armor master.
So I think I don't know if adamantine is in the compendium or not, but all it is, Soren, you'll have a
So-
regular breastplate, and then it'll while you're wearing it, any critical hit against you becomes a normal hit.
All right.
I'll trade it for you if you could get me a sunburst pendant worth 100 gold.
I don't know what that is.
Neither do I, but I'll give you the armor in return if you could get me one of those as soon as possible.
Okay, I guess I'll go asking around for this thing.
And I'll just give him the armor.
Oh, fuck off, Myra.
Let's see, sunburst pendant. I guess if you want to make a history check, you could try to. History would be the only thing off the top of my head that would apply for remembering what it is.
You know, I
Well,
got a lot of shit I need to get rid
I'll
of.
assist however I can. I don't know
Nice.
shit.
Okay, so Soren, you don't know all the details, but
What the fuck?
that's partially because, spoiler alert, these things are not written about in 5e. So, as far as you know, sunburst pendants are just some simple. They're sort of holy symbols, but they were handed out, or they still are handed out in some places to different orders of different holy orders, paladins, clerics, sometimes just regular mundane soldiers that happen to be defending a place like a Helm's Hold or some temple, and so it's pretty common.
I was
You
like,
see 'em
who
on the
the fuck
market.
is this dude?
It's pretty common to see them on the market after the fact, sort of like how sometimes soldiers will retire and maybe sell their sword or whatever it is that they got to keep. About the same level of, I guess, availability is there for sunburst pendants. You just need to kind of look at secondhand shops or find somebody that might have had one whenever they were younger and they were in
Sure, I'll
service.
go to a pawn shop.
I think there actually is a pawn shop written about in your colony. Let's see. So there is, you could head to the fish yard, which is just like an open market, and there's various stalls there. Or there's a place called the Lion Shield Trade-In Coster, and that's a merchant house in the city. So
Yeah, I'll go check that out.
okay, so you head over there. It says Lion Shield Trading Coster, and under it says go
Yeah,
to our
get it out.
location. You know that there's also a location in Fandolin, and apparently, from what you can remember, you've I won't even make you roll. I'll assume that you've heard this name before because it's kind of a bigger company. They just basically have multiple offices in every, or at least in every section of the Sword Coast, sort of north, south, and central. You walk in, it's relatively nice place, blue line painted on a wooden shield as the emblem. You see it displayed everywhere, and there's everything from food and adventure and supplies and basic farming equipment to arms and armor. You see a couple of suits of full plate armor and some special things, not too different from what some of your party members have been wearing on racks, but they're locked up behind
We go
bars.
grab something to grudge on.
Why the fuck do I still have a chain shirt, a shield, and my boots?
That's weird. Well, I'll ask about the sunburst pendant.
Okay. Person at the counter says, "Oh, that's peculiar. We don't hear many people asking about those. We do have one, but I'm afraid someone else has already put in an order for it. We're soon to ship it out."
Ship it where?
Oh, well, we're going to send it to one of our other locations farther south of here.
Interesting. And now, which location would that be?
He kind of raises a brow and says, I'm afraid if the order's already been put in, you won't be able to purchase it, even if you go to where it's been shipped. Someone's requested that we send it there.
Well, maybe I can make a deal with them. Who is this person?
Oh, well, let's see here, and he kind of goes to the other side of the counter, the other end of the counter, and looks at the ledger and says, "Oh well, this is strange. It seems the order's been changed. It's not going south at all. It's headed toward Neverwinter. It's going to our location in Fandolin. It's well, it's just south of the city."
What a strange thing. I wonder why the orders.
It is peculiar, but let's see the name. Oh, it says he kind of squints. We'll say he is an older gentleman. We'll be polite. He has to adjust his spectacles. He says, "It's going to an Egrin Dawnstride."
Did you say Igor?
Egrin. Thankfully, not Igor, but
Oh, it's pronounced Igor. Anyone who gets that reference.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then they were wrong, weren't they? Frankenstein.
So, I mean, it sounds like there's a mix-up in the orders. I don't know who this person is. I don't know if you're going to get your money. You know, this is certain. And I throw down 10 platinum. This is certain to make this deal done right here.
He
What do you say?
he looks at the platinum and looks at you, and he says, "Well, I'm afraid once we've committed, it wouldn't be right to go back on our word." But you notice that as he says that, he kind of he seems to have had a thoughtful expression whenever you mentioned the mix-up of the order. It doesn't seem like he's necessarily swayed or tempted by the money you've thrown down so much as he's thinking now that you might be right. They really might not get their money. He just keeps looking over the ledger in the meantime. He flips back and forth between the same couple of pages.
Mm-hmm.
This is quite
What's up,
unusual,
Bubbles?
though.
The show was based off Darius.
And who are you, sir?
Oh, I'm a lovely patron of the unique artifacts of the world. My name is Norris.
Shifty eyes, shifty eyes.
300 IQ. Well, that's strange. We already have a Norris in our ledger. You wouldn't happen to be related, would you?
That would be a strange coincidence.
Oh, yes. Well, this one was very far south of here. He requested quite a bit of dwarven gunpowder. Some coastal city, Texas or some other. But anyway,
Texas is real.
And thus, the entire derailing of the last session is justified.
yes, they continues and says, "Well, Mr. Norris, normally,
Please, call me Chuck.
yes, normally our policy is to always honor the deals that have been made, and of course we do honor our agreements. But in this case, this is a clear violation of our code here. It's quite unusual for something to be changed so late, and frankly, it's not allowed. At this point, the ledgers have already been updated, things have already been processed, so the sunburst pendant is it will be staying at this location.
Oh,
You're just a collector, is that it?
Yes.
Oh, well, there is some history associated with this particular object. I'm sure it's very desirable for that reason.
Oh, do tell.
Oh, well, this one comes from rather recent times, of course. Usually when these objects are antique and vintage, they are seen as more desirable, but with the political state of things, this is already a piece of history. The nearby settlement of Helm's Hold, perhaps you heard of it. There was an order of paladins there, but after the political turmoil of the rebellion and the new kingdom, their status was, let us say, degraded, and many of them were stripped of their duties and their titles, and this particular object was, well, it belonged to one of the paladins there. He had fallen on hard times after his termination from the order, and it ended up in our hands.
That's very interesting. I'm sure it'd make a lovely addition to my collection.
Okay,
As we
Grievous.
trust my
Fine.
tips.
Lightsabers will make a fine addition to my collection.
Good.
Upset that
And this is your offer.
she
He looks at
revived
the
me in
10
the middle of all
platinum.
those people.
Yeah, what was it 10? I have 10 platinum.
Roll persuasion. Let's see. Okay, yeah, he was not able to beat that, so
The rest of our
He-
team is trash.
he nods and scoops the platinum up and kind of stacks it neatly and says, "Well, Mr. Norris, I believe you've just made yourself a deal." He extends a hand for a handshake.
I'll give him a nice handshake.
All right, and then he says, "We'll get your sunburst pennant to you quickly. Would you prefer that it be boxed and contained for shipment, or are you hoping to protect its fragile nature over a journey, or?"
No, just a small box will do. I'll take it on my
Alright.
person.
You see him, he kind of reaches in the counter and roots around somewhere, pulls out a key, steps into a back room out of sight, comes back with a keychain, and unlocks one of the many kind of cage doors, or they almost look like jail cell doors.
Oh, that was good.
He goes and he roots around behind some of the crates and things, and eventually pulls out a small wooden box. He comes over to you, and it's he opens it up, and sitting there in cloth is, well, it's a sunburst pendant. It's made out of this kind of semi-transparent golden jewel, and it is shaped like a sun with a bunch of points and rays on the ends of it, and it glows with light, similar, pretty bright actually. It's almost as bright as maybe a small torch, or I guess technically a large candle would be more fitting. It's definitely enough to use as a light
40
source.
seconds. All right. Run upstairs and get some.
Wow. It's quite bright.
Oh yes, the magic in these lingers yet. These are actually some of the few items that the crown has permitted to be transferred, sold. You see, but it holds less of a connotation with that terminology. They are protected as historical artifacts.
Lovely. I'll take it.
All right, he exchanges it for the platinum and begins
I'll
writing in the
just
ledger.
put it in my bag. And
Is there
thank
anything
him
else
for
we can
his
help you with?
No. Unless you want to trade. I have a very unique object that I found on one of my adventures.
Oh, what is that? And he adjusts his glasses.
I'll show him the cowrie shell talisman.
He looks it over and says, "What is this?"
It's a communication device with some unknown spooky deity.
Oh, I'm afraid that may not be acceptable here.
It's quite unique.
Oh,
But
yes.
if you know any other markets that might be interested, let me know.
Oh, perhaps he Esclandrar.
Okay.
He is nearby. He was once a sage, but he has also complied with the
It
crown.
says your team has been removed for.
And I'll leave and I'll just give the thing to Lawrence. That wasn't too hard.
All right, Lawrence, you now have a sunburst pendant worth 100 gold.
Hooray, buttering.
Yep, there you go. All right. Is there anything else?
Nope.
Okay, so you all have the detect thought medallions.
Yeah, I have one extra if anyone wants it. If they're going to participate in the tournament.
I'll participate.
All right. Here's your medallion of thoughts.
All right, it's also in the compendium, but basically it just allows you to cast detect thoughts. I believe 3 times before it
Yeah.
needs to recharge, and with a DC of 13. And then detect thoughts is kind of a
You're
wordy
in charge
spell,
now.
so
There you go.
probably better to just look at the spell description for that. I won't spam the chat with it. But
Debating.
so
This is a
currently
debate.
it's the better part of a week until we'll say roughly 5 or 6 days until the kind of preliminaries of the tournament start, and then about a week from now is whenever the actual game day will happen, and the end of the tournament will be where the grand champion is declared.
Okay, how many bottles can I make in that time?
Um,
And how much do they cost? Because apparently one bottle of soda altogether is 1 gold, including like the stuff needed to make it and all that. So I'm just trying to sell some soda on the side before we go to this.
I think glass bottles are actually an item in 5e, so I'll just look and adjust the price. Yeah, they're 2 GP a piece, so I'm gonna say with
Ooh,
yeah, I'm gonna say that with your expertise that have you rolled for your tools yet? I'll just have you
I
do
have
one roll for
not.
the because you have
And you know
artifice.
what? And we'll add Flash of Genius, so that's a 24.
Okay, yeah. In that case, I'll say that you'll be able to make. It wouldn't take a very long time to make a bottle, and I'll say you'll be able to make them for 5 silver a piece. Assuming that factored in your expertise and your artificer feature for making things, and assuming that the price in the game is not what the bottle is worth, but it also factors in labor. So you would be able to make over the course of a week. I'll say you'll be able to make at least a dozen or
All right,
two.
cool. I'll meet you in the middle and just say 18 then.
Okay, yeah, you'll try to shoot for 18. All right. So just calculate essentially 5 silver for each of those bottles, and then tell me what you want to try to sell them for.
Okay, that will be 9 gold, according to my math. And I'm trying to sell them for, well, okay, I unenchant my Medallion of Thoughts temporarily to enchant my Alchemy Jug again, so I can get infinite soda. So there's no cost there. I want to sell them for, we'll go with 8 silver.
Okay.
No, let's make math easy. A gold.
Okay, you want to sell them for 1 gold. I'm just going to say that this would be I guess, persuasion.
All right, cool. Let's persuade.
I'll assume that you're doing your sales pitch. So
I want to use inspiration.
okay.
Persuasion.
Yeah,
And
okay. Well,
also flash of genius, since I have like 4 of those for a
so
day.
that makes it 21.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, you'll be able to get a gold then.
Sweet.
So you've made a profit of 9 gold, I believe, for your effort.
Look, it's
It's a
all-
field test. Once you start mass producing these, that's when the money rolls in.
yeah, my biggest problem is the bottles. Like, that's it. Like, if I can make the bottles cheaper, I can do anything. But yeah, that's all I do.
All right. Anybody else do anything in the downtime over a week?
I practice poker.
All right. Yeah.
Who needs
so
to practice poker?
I would also like to practice poker, but I would also like to make sure this dragon eye doesn't turn to slosh, because I want to give that to our wizard when we get back to him eventually.
Yeah, I'll play with him during the night if I'm done making bottles.
I won't hassle you over trying to preserve that thing. I'll say that you managed to do it, but all right, you all practice. Well,
Would this be intelligence?
see, I don't know. I think it'll kind of depend on what comes out. So we'll make it easy and just say that you all can roll.
D100s.
So it'd be your choice of D100s would work, but I think your choice of a D20 plus either intelligence, wisdom, or charisma depend on how your character is attempting to navigate this.
Oh yeah, charisma, baby.
I'm assuming it's just either trying to play it smart and safe, trying to read other people, or trying to bluff.
I'm definitely the bluffing type.
All right, so first night, Soren cleans everybody out.
Are we
Damn
betting
it.
any money on this?
You all can if you want, but I'm gonna assume that you're using like
We're
I don't
using
know.
wooden chips because we're
Yeah.
practicing.
Okay. All right, fair
just
enough.
dragon scale, sunburst pendants. Rejoice.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put
like
my
all
I'm gonna
this
put my
random
focus
shit
up
we
here.
have. Oh, dragon teeth.
Everybody's
I put
like,
up
yeah, I'll throw in
Aaron's-
3 or 4 silver, and
I put up Aaron's mechanical arm. It's
Yeah.
practically mine anyway.
Lawrence is like, here's this dragon scale mail and adamantine breastplate. And I'm gonna put
Real
3
funny.
bottles of soda.
I bet this cursed cowrie shell that I'm trying to get
yeah, here's
rid
this power crystal that the DM gave me related to my backstory. I'm gonna put
of. Oh yeah, that'd be hilarious.
Wait, are
You
we
know-
actually betting shit?
No, we're not.
no. So yeah, first night sword. I'll say that persists for the first few days. And give it another shot for the second part of the week as you all are getting ready for the preliminary. And technically, what I'm going to use for this, because it's actually, there's a proficiency for it in the game. I'm going to say that this is essentially a modified form of 3 Dragon Annie. So if you'll happen to have proficiency in that game,
Damn it! I only have proficiency in fucking chess. Damn, trying to play the character correctly.
Damn it. So Fang is
Oh
not a good
my.
poker player, we're finding out.
so it seems. So
Just had to warm up, guys.
not so good the first night, but Soren was able to or the first few nights, but Soren was able to get an idea of it. I basically set a DC for this and had you all making checks against the DC. Thankfully, those of you that practiced all managed to roll high enough, at least on the second night, Soren on the first night, to gain some proficiency. And so you're not sure of the larger game, but I think playing cards said actually is a proficiency.
It is, I think.
Yeah, and so you'll be able to add that. The three of you.
Oh, so we're all proficient now?
Yep.
In playing cards.
I set a DC of 15, so.
And a dealer takes part of the pot.
This is true.
And I'll take a few of the pot.
All right, you want to take the soda? Was being bet?
What?
You should have bet the soda. That would have been the real maneuver. That way
Wait,
go.
are we really betting money this time?
I was trying to be the dealer, the actual.
Yeah, he wants to just sit there and deal the cards out and then take part of the pot, man.
Here's a soda.
Yeah, not my cup of tea, but it'll do.
He's health conscious because he's the life cleric.
Who needs health?
I can offer to make us snacks while we play.
I accept. Hey, have you guys ever thought about, playing a game where it's like one guy creates the world and we all kind of participate in the world as like players in like a large scale adventure?
That seems so silly. Why would you do that?
Just an idea I had.
So what I've concocted here is garlic bread with cheese and slices of that red dragon meat put on the cheese, and then you put another layer of garlic bread with cheese on it.
All right,
that sounds
Marge is
awesome.
already proficient, and,
oh my god, I love this fucking dragon meat.
All right, yeah, so you all get a big meal, and the day of the tournament comes up. Who all is going to officially enter?
I shall, with my medallion of thoughts now infused.
All right, so we have Asher entering.
Oh, I'm going.
All right, Fang,
Fang
are you
will
going to go
also
as
like
well?
to enter.
Okay, and presumably Marge too. So.
Yes, Marge is going as well.
What's the
right.
buy-in for this tournament?
So, it's gonna start. You're kind of at the preliminary games right now. There are dozens and dozens of players, but they're being split up. Everybody has to put in at least 100 gold.
Oh. Guys, can
I
get
don't
another
have
round?
any. I don't have any gold. I'm gonna be
crying out
honest.
loud. Okay, I spot everyone. 10. How many people are in this tournament?
4 the party is entering.
4 people are entering, including myself.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm putting down 40 platinum, so that'll be enough for everyone for the first round. You have to pay with your winnings if you want to keep going.
Fine, thank you.
All right, so that
Yeah,
should be
makes
our
sense.
entry fees.
All right, so y'all are included. So if you have either 3 Dragon Annie or playing card proficiency, you can go ahead and roll that. Your choice of intelligence, wisdom, or charisma for your attribute.
Come on, Fang needs a new pair of shoes.
I do
If
not
you
know
are-
why I rolled that many times. That's so weird. I
If
clicked
you
it
are-
once, I swear.
If at any point any of you attempts to cheat, let me know and we will deal with that separately.
Yeah, how would you work with using a medallion of thoughts?
So
It would be after every hand.
yeah, basically, I'm gonna do these in kind of sets, a couple at a time. And if you declare that you want to cheat somehow, like using the medallion of thoughts or whatever, I will have someone make the whoever's supposed to represent the opponent, because I basically just have some attributes that I'm using, um, with different wisdom scores and things. I will have them roll against your save, and if you happen to be able to read their thoughts, then I will tell you what they're thinking, and you'll be able to capitalize on it either by just bypassing the roll, or if you're attempting to do something special, like you're trying to bait them into something to try to win more or less, or make yourself look suspicious or whatever, then you can mention that. But otherwise, for the sake of pace, we're going to kind of automate this as much as we can. So
Of
if you
course,
manage
of
to get
course.
them, if you manage to get them basically to fail, then you will have just bypassed that hand, because you'll obviously be able to read what they're doing and make sure that you don't get busted out.
All right, let's do this.
All right.
Hey, welcome. Do you want to be in the poker tournament too?
Yeah, it just started. But he may not be able to hear us yet because he's probably driving. But so I will, whenever he is available. Oh, there you go. So you joined at the perfect time. We just kind of dealt with some downtime stuff for the beginning of the session, and about 2 minutes ago, the card tournament started.
Have money.
We did have a little bit of money until Fang just spotted everybody for the entry fees of this tournament. Just started about 2 minutes ago. Would Aaron like to enter this card tournament?
How
It's
much is the entry fee?
100 gold.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I still have that much.
All right, you want to enter?
Yeah, astral sight, don't fail me now.
Yeah, it's okay. You won't be the only one trying to do that, because Asher used his Artificer Infusion to replicate 3 basically temporary medallions of thought, so everybody has detect thoughts right now.
Wow.
I love this class so far.
Unfortunately for you, I've had mind blank on since level 1.
Well, I have a ring of mind shielding. You guys can't read my thoughts.
Look, this is gonna be hilarious because Aaron probably doesn't know how to play poker, and so you're gonna be sitting there like, let's see what Aaron's got. He's like, what the hell are these cards?
Yeah, we specifically had rolled beforehand of them trying to practice how to play. I just imagine Aaron is like, well, I see I have an ace and a king, and I see that you have 2 nines. Well, the ace and the king are higher, so therefore.
Exactly. I just imagine that Aaron's gonna I'm probably gonna lose in the first
Or
round.
the-
That's fine.
That's
the
how
D&D
I play
equivalent.
cards. Fuck you
It's
guys.
the D&D equivalent. It's like, yes, you may have 3 bugbears, but I have a dragon. A dragon would be able to easily slay the 3 bugbears.
Right.
I didn't know we were playing Gwent.
Pretty much. I assume that's what this is. Like I said, it's technically a modified form of 3 Dragon Annie, so I'm assuming that all the cards, instead of like ace and king, I'm assuming it's like dragons, and there's probably a king, but
Joke's on you. I got freaking Bahamut.
yeah, you're gonna tribute summon.
Damn it! I just
5 aces.
I really hope Aaron wins, just so I can have that moment where it's like I got this, and goes Aaron and just puts his gun first. I don't know what this is. Like, oh god, he beat me.
What was that, Handy?
Nothing important.
Did you say you get called in?
No.
Oh.
I'd be gone right now.
Somebody kicks in the doors of the fire truck.
No, you just start hearing, "Boo," and then I'd just be gone.
This is true.
Yeah.
Mm.
Sergeant, stop jerking off in the truck. We've been over.
Hey, I'm in my bunk room. I can jerk off safely in peace.
I mean, okay. I hope someone was outside the door when you said that. That'd be
Yeah, I
hilarious.
hope so too.
If the door's closed,
Sound travels through closed doors. I mean,
eh,
don't know what your door's like. In Racistville, Georgia. Wait, no, that's someone else.
no, it's middle of nowhere, Cannon Air Force Base.
All right, so I don't know if you can access your sheet yet, Aaron.
Nope. Hell no.
Okay, so I'll just whenever you do get there, or I can do it. I just detract 100 gold from your sheet and say you enter. I can roll stuff for you.
Yeah,
Basically
as
the
of
way
course.
is
Yeah.
we're basically the way that we're doing this is if you don't have proficiency in the particular gaming set, then it'll be a roll of a d20, just basically an ability check. A roll of a d20 and your choice of either intelligence, wisdom, or charisma, depending on how you're trying to play it. So, I assume you're gonna go with wisdom, but I want to ask you beforehand so I can roll for
Oh
you.
yeah, I'm
Before
definitely going with wisdom.
I thought maybe you wanted to go with intelligence. I'm sorry.
It would be wise for the dragon to heal those 3 bugbears.
Yes.
All
Okay,
right.
so we'll have him roll. Okay, he gets 15. So
Night, night.
so your opponents do spectacularly terrible in the first round. And you all sort of managed to coast through the preliminaries pretty easily. Fang, you struggle a bit, but just when things are looking down, you manage to kind of get lucky and turn it around. And because of pulling back the curtain a little bit and me rolling an 8 for this guy, or these round of guys, make it through there. So now we'll do the same thing. I'll roll something instead of DC, and I won't reveal it. I'll have you all roll against me. If you want to use your thought detect or astral sight or whatever, let me know beforehand, and that will
Before we
affect the
roll?
DC. Yeah, before
Okay.
you roll, and then
Now,
we'll.
what's my opponent? What's my opponent looking like? Any tells I can see?
So
I know you're
currently,
trying to streamline this, but
no, it's fine. So currently, who you all are up against, the really big hitter at your current table is kind of a. He looks like someone you probably would have spotted on at some point, Soren. This is like the D&D equivalent of the oil baron. This guy is he's got his monocle, got his vest, he's got the pointed mustache.
Captain
And,
Monopoly Man.
Moneybags.
Yeah, Mr.
no
Moneybags. He seems like he kind of hides his actual serious skill and experience at the game behind a kind of false screen of, oh, I don't care, I'm okay with losing money, I'm just here for the fun. In other words, it seems like he is deceptively skilled at the game.
Can't use medallion now. Not yet.
This is the next one, so you could have, unless you're saying you just don't think it's a good idea. Also, I believe Lawrence is casting something for you all, but I'm waiting for him to tell me how he's trying to array that. So.
Yeah, my insight was not good enough to detect whether he had a good hand or not, did he?
Actually, he rolled a 2, so he kind of
Nice.
lets it slip a little bit, and you notice that he kind of drops his I guess his false confidence for a bit, right? He drops it, and from what you can tell from the way his tone shifts, and from looking at his previous rounds, it looks like he has he's angling toward a very good hand and is trying to kind of hide that. So
Hmm.
I will say that we'll
Look, look. If I can fold on this hand and kind of save money, I will.
okay.
If this is the type of game for it.
Yeah, I'll just roll this. Basically, I'll factor in advantage and disadvantage on either side to streamline it.
All
So
right,
I'll
cool.
say that you'll have advantage too.
I'll use Oversight when it's my turn.
Okay.
And I will flash of genius. 14. 21.
Genius.
So are you
Oops.
rolling DCs for everyone or just one overall and we have to hit it?
We will. You'll all roll separately, but I'm not gonna say that you have separate opponents because that would be it'd take a long time to get through. So you'll just all roll separately, and I'll tell you your result up against the DC. If you want to cheat beforehand, then you can make your attempt. However it is you're wanting to do it. If it succeeds, I'll give you advantage on the roll.
I would like to bluff.
Okay. Roll roll deception, and I'll roll it against their insight. Okay, they can't beat that no matter what, so you have advantage.
Would shaking the table count as cheating?
What are you angling toward here?
That I shake it so I was gonna say drop a card, but that'd be way too obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fang doesn't really have anything in his wheelhouse to cheat with in this kind of game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll just roll normal then.
And Aaron, he fails your aura sight. I have to find the actual thing.
How do you feel about that hand?
Yeah, he fails your aura sight, so you're able to get advantage. I'll go ahead and roll that for you.
No.
I'm doing it.
No.
It's too late. You already rolled. You got a 23, buddy.
Yes.
All right, and Fang, have you rolled?
No, I hadn't. I was waiting for everyone who had shit that they could do beforehand to go before me.
Yeah. Make this easier. We'll do an initiative turn order real quick just to keep it from being too out of hand.
I
Please
think
tell
I'm
me
out
there's
of the
some
tournament.
guy- Please tell me there's some guy with unnecessarily weird hair who's saying something like,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
It's not Yugi, this Yami.
I believe in the heart of the cards.
I am the Pharaoh
Cards
Atum.
don't have a heart.
Get out.
my grandpa's deck has no weak cards. Don't
Yes, you all can. It's easier. Go ahead and drop your tokens on the map, and then just add yourselves to the turn order.
Yes, the opponent
We'll do
never
that from
has any
now on.
weaknesses.
But surprisingly, Fang, you got lucky again. I rolled another 2.
Oh my god.
Wow, these poker players suck.
Yeah, so you all managed to make it through. That's large marge right there. You all managed to make it through another round.
Getting these low rolls out of the way.
Yeah, that's what they say.
And I'll just have, like I said, since it only gets a DC, it doesn't do too much. All right, so Fang, you get to start off the third of 4 rounds. Or I guess technically 5.
Well, shit.
So, your choice of intelligence, wisdom, or charisma, unless you would like to try to do something beforehand.
I mean, the best I can think of is have freaking freaking the turtle have some change the texture on the cards so my cards look like they're better cards. I don't know. Is that a thing it can do?
I don't think it's a thing you can do.
I didn't think so, but I
You're
wanted
not
to ask.
Hisoka. You can't use texture surprise.
Alright, I believe in the turtle of the earth and the serpent of the ocean. Not bad,
That's why I wish. So I
because I have both of them on my shoulders.
All right, Asher.
Hmm. Would it be? Huh. How is this guy? What's the tell on this guy?
He seems like a really ordinary and just boring guy. He looks like somebody you'd see around town and not really pay any attention to.
No
He
noticeable tells
is.
or
He
anything.
is. Let's see. You can't really tell. No.
Hmm. I try to do a little bit of minor bluffing.
Okay. Try to deceive.
Like,
You seem to be able to get it past him. I'll give you advantage.
oh shit.
Just
Okay,
barely.
fine. Okay. I am just that good.
Like you're almost certain that you get noticed, but then he doesn't seem to.
And
Take a
Flash
fuss.
Genius.
All right, so 18. Soren.
I will again bluff.
All right.
Oh, oh shit!
And he rolled a 9, so you still get advantage.
I rolled a
Even
natural
That's
one.
hilarious.
I totally have 5 aces. Oh
Yeah,
shit.
I have a mathematical impossibility. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Yep. I only have 3 cards, but I have
another
5.
25.
Large.
Do, 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 do.
And we'll finish with Aaron. Aaron, are you trying to do anything? Cheaty?
Parasite.
Okay, we'll see if he fails it. Is your save higher than 14?
I can't see my thing good, but yes.
Let's see. What is it? 8 plus proficiency plus wisdom? Is that it?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, it is then. So you'll get advantage. Okay. I would like perception rolls from everybody.
Oh no.
I don't like this. I'm gonna Flash Genius this too. God damn, I'm running out.
My pass is
Yay.
22.
All right. Well, I rolled for you.
Oh,
You
wait.
got a 25 active, so just in
Oh,
case.
if you have passive, can I just use that instead?
Nope.
This is kind of an active
God damn!
What
search.
a waste.
Alright. Fair enough.
Okay, everybody but Marge, you all notice this guy does really spectacularly well. Hint, hint. Okay, he rolled very well on his D20. What you all notice is that this ordinary-looking guy, at one point, slipped something to somebody else near the table, and gets something slipped up his sleeve.
Fuck it.
Is he close to me?
So can
Jinx!
Fang
I
just
called
throw a
Jinx!
hatchet right in front of that guy
What
the
was
minute
that?
that happens?
What was that, Aaron?
Is he within 30?
Yeah, he's across the table.
I flick my hand out using my thing to grab his sleeve and rip his sleeve off, using the without actually getting up. So go
Okay,
ahead,
and
over to
then
him.
all right, and then Fang is. Are you still want to do the thing with the hatchet?
As soon as like the card gets up his sleeve, I'll like throw it right in front of him. It's like, fucking cheetah, and I
All right. Is anything else? Is anyone else declaring anything they want to do? Because once I figure out what everybody wants to do, I'll tell you the sequence of events that happens.
I'm just.
Shenanigans,
Spit in his face.
shenanigans.
I'm lighting up a cigarette. I'm kicking back.
All right.
I'm
Because what
chilling out.
happens is this
I
guy.
just accuse him as cheating.
This guy.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Maverick.
The what?
There's a movie called Maverick, and at the very, it's like one of those typical card movies where at the very end, when it's impossible, he needs this exact draw. You know, he needs this on the river, this on the flop, and this in the hand. He happens to get it. This basically happens to this guy out of nowhere. He puts down a royal flush equivalent and cleans everybody out. Everybody gets busted out of the tournament right there in that round.
And I threw my
Every single
freaking axe
player.
in there and freaking grabbed his shoulder,
And that's
shoving
when
out
you
all the
all see
cards he's
that.
got.
And so, like, right when he does that and rakes in all the chips, that's when you see the card, like, right before he lays down that flush. He gets the card in the sleeve and goes to lay it down. And as soon as you lay it down, a hatchet hits the table. Aaron, you try to rip off a sleeve. I'll roll athletics, but I'm going to assume
Two
plus 10
freaking
to athletics.
barbarians.
Puck spits in his face.
Can we give him disadvantage because I intimidated him with my hatchet?
Well, he rolled a 3, so I don't think it matters.
Okay.
I rolled.
No.
Oh,
Is he
This
also
guy rolled a
high?
3 to contest
I was gonna
Aaron's.
say, how the hell do I roll a 3?
And he does seem a little bit loopy. So all this happens at once. The whole table goes in chaos as this guy goes to rake in all your chips and you all get busted out. Sleeve is ripped off, and sure enough, a card falls out onto the table. The whole tournament goes up in chaos. The whole table goes up in chaos. People are scrambling all around. People are fighting. People that had lost to him earlier are making a fuss. And just the whole hall, because this is happening in sort of a long, it's almost like a meat hall. The whole thing just goes into an uproar, and it's like almost impossible to hear
Have
anything.
given me insight to his cheating before he did it.
It's kind of weird. Our side is. I'll say that it not complete confirmation because it was more focused on exact intentions, but you got an inkling that something was up, yeah. And so,
After I rip the sleeve, I just out of nowhere have tea. I'm just sipping tea while the fighting is going on. Just
yeah, so the whole thing goes up in
Just like a
chaos,
fuss.
and you see organizers trying to calm things down. The guy that cleaned you all out stands up from the table and says, "I don't know what sorcery you all have practiced to frame me. Just because your luck has turned,
I got
doesn't
more than
mean-
one hatchet left to cut off the other thieving hand you got.
So
I
now
have
you
magic
threaten me."
wands.
I'm trying to intimidate him.
I'm just a monk who knows how to spot a cheater.
Roll intimidation. Dang.
What race is he?
He looks like just a regular, common folk of this town human. Looks like a completely unordinary guy. He seems a little spooked by you, Fang.
All right.
Oh wait, I
summon
could have made him roll. Damn it!
I summon my turret, and just sit on it casually. Pointed at me.
You know we're not supposed to be just flaunting magic.
Oh wait, never mind.
true.
I don't do that.
I was about to say. I'm going to
Give me a
assume that
second.
you are not going to have the
Deception.
magic wand come in either.
Okay, yeah, no magic.
I thought Lawrence was gonna use zone of cruising.
All right, Lawrence, what are you doing with this?
I'll cast that on the guy, telling him you must tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
All right, let's see. Wisdom saving throw. What's your DC?
16.
Freaking Lelouch
Another
up in this
2.
bitch.
So all of a sudden, this guy goes wide-eyed, and you see kind of in the chaos, Lawrence was able to cast this without being noticed. He waves his hand and whispers something, and suddenly this guy retrieves the card that fell out of his sleeve. He stands up and says, I cheated. I conspired to cheat against this group. Not just to take their money and to become rich, but also to humiliate and cripple them on their journey.
Whoa.
Oh
Hold up.
shit, he got hired.
Who sent you?
It was the.
Yeah, exactly. You tried to get, or he tries to resist, and then you see him react as if there's a sharp pain, and then he shakes his head and says, I cannot tell you.
So I'm
Wait,
assuming
doesn't he
the
take
Germans-
damage if he goes against the command?
Yeah, he was going to try to resist. It's kind of a weird situation. He says, I cannot tell you, and you see him suddenly racked with pain. He says, it is impossibility.
So wait, does he take damage from not telling the truth?
Yeah, if he goes
But does he take
against his
damage from
order, he
telling the
gets
truth?
damaged.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we just kill
This
him.
was not the only one on him, from what you can tell.
Oh shit! Gios versus Gios.
And Soren, you suddenly realize this is very reminiscent of the MO of the possible traitor in your order that your mentor had told you about. The one from around Neverwinter that
Oh shit.
places magical commands on his spies, not to name his name.
Hmm.
Wait, detect thoughts.
All right. He fails. I have to look at detect thoughts.
And I'll ask the questions as you're detecting. Like,
Yeah.
think of the name that you cannot say.
I want to roll something just out of curiosity.
Okay.
Just
Now,
ow.
what is that?
If you were to lie, he will take in 27 points of psychic damage.
Oh, thank you. All right. The surface thoughts of the creature. All right. It says you can get the surface thoughts, which are mostly panic, but if you want to probe deeper, it's another save.
Ugh. Wait, but how long is the fucking?
We have to incept him. We have to go deeper. Deeper into the dream.
Convince
But
Morty.
not
to,
3 levels
convince him to
deep.
give
That's
Morty
madness.
A's in math.
That's what we're here to do. That's what this whole mission has been about.
I thought it was about winning a crapload of money.
I want A's in math, damn it.
I sip my tea and I go, we've killed dragons, we fought elementals, we've been through so many, we've been through 2 Fey wilds. Do you really want to get on our bad side? It's not good for your health.
Think happy thoughts of the boss.
Yeah. You can't.
Meanwhile, I'm mage handing all the chips into
I'm
my
pretty sure there's an official who's collected them by now.
Yeah,
Okay,
pretty
Yeah. Yeah. The crowd has kind of died down a bit because people are now listening to what he's saying while officials are cleaning up the table. But you can't seem to probe any deeper into its thoughts. His thoughts, Asher.
Unless I
You get
expend
the
another
last.
charge.
Yeah, you get the last bit of his surface thoughts, which are you kind of get an image in your mind, a silhouette, and a few features of this
Fine,
kind
I'll
of
do another
dark
one.
figure, and then
You
the
guys owe
spines.
me.
Oh shit!
Yes, you do.
He
Stop doing your own
succeeds on
fucking
the
box and
save.
make you suffocate.
And I use it one more time.
Wait, I thought with detect the amulet, if they save, you can't do it again.
Okay, is that the case?
I
Might
don't
be.
It
It
know.
says
probably
I
The
would
boomerang
look
it.
at the
spell
spell.
ends. The spell ends. You
How
have to do it
how
again.
long does the detect thoughts though?
1 minute. Or if you probe deeper and fail, then the spell ends.
Yeah. Let me look at the amulet
Yeah, up to a
itself.
minute. Damn it. All right. Well,
I still have mine.
yeah. You use yours.
Yeah, I'm gonna start detecting his thoughts.
All right. He fails. You get in service thoughts, Soren. You get the same image of this kind of silhouette of a guy clad in robes.
More. Give me more.
I think he's at disadvantage by now.
Yeah, he is. All right. You probe deeper, and now it looks as if you're actually there, as if you're standing in the room. And it's still hard to make. It's kind of fuzzy. Like you've ever had a dream where the features of people's faces are kind of fuzzy. Sort of similar to that.
Oh yeah, all the time.
You see this figure meet with another. And their words are garbled, but you can make out a few about money, fools, some talk about claiming the order. You don't get a name, but you get a symbol on the wall that you can make out. And it does sound like that. But you can make out a symbol on the wall, and it looks similar to a lotus flower, but it's sort of this painted in this, I guess, maroon berry color. And the last thing that you see as the figure that this guy's boss is talking to turns is a glimpse of a familiar dragon-like mask, and then the vision ends.
Yeah, for fuck's sake.
The dragon-like mask is the guy that is in the city council.
That's what it looks like.
Fuck that guy in particular.
Yep, seem to be wearing the same mask and same robes.
Okay. I mean, I can't go further, right?
Yeah, there's not too much. Just a general overview. You kind of if you try to follow him, you can get a glimpse if you kind of walk outside of this area of the interior of the city of Neverwinter, and that's it. So as far as you can tell, you have an emblem to look for and from what you can tell, stone building in Neverwinter. But that's about as deep as you can probe with the tech thoughts at this point. Any more details seem to be blocked by whatever magical command is on this guy.
All right, fair enough. I release him.
All right, and then the officials come to, some of the guards come to arrest him and take his confession.
Now, can we get back to the game?
Oh my
Damn
god!
it.
I just realized
Yes,
that this guy
please.
can't tell a lie for the next 30 days.
Yeah, he can't. They're gonna get all the confession they need. It's basically this. It's either A, he tells the truth, and if it has to be on the subject of his boss, he does, or he lies about his boss and does. So he has to hope nobody else asks him about it.
So what you're telling me is he can't go to the police.
No, not quite. But whenever you say the thing about getting back to the game, the whole crowd cheers. The officials come and reset everyone's chips proper, dole out the remainder equally, and you all move on to the next round.
Hooray.
So we will have one more. Starting with you again, Fang.
Fong.
Well, I'm gonna leave it up to the fates, because I don't trust cheating anymore.
I trust it a little.
All right, Asher.
All right. Insight on this guy. What's he doing?
All right, go ahead and roll your insight. You can't really tell. He's kind of a burly dragonborn looking dude. He's got a sword on his back. Looks like an adventurer of some kind.
Bluff.
You go for it. He folds.
Nice. So,
or I
roll with
suppose,
advantage?
or other. I guess it depends on what you're trying to do. When you say bluff, are you trying to? Because I'm assuming that these are just like a snapshot of several hands over the course of a game.
Yeah,
So
I'm just kind of lots of bluffing, coaxing people
yeah,
into
basically, I'm
getting
asking
all in.
because what happened is it failed, but I don't know. Were you trying to bait him into busting him out, or were you trying to get him to fold? He just beat your
Busting
roll
out.
by one. Okay, yeah, so he avoids that essentially. He'll have disadvantage. He seems to see right. All right, Soren.
I too will bluff as usual. Jeez, I should have just rolled.
Yeah, roll with advantage. Okay, and Marge. Don't know if they're here right now, but
I'm right here. I was just looking at something. Do 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 do.
okay. And then Aaron, not Lawrence. You're next, last.
How dare you? How dare you? Astral sight.
Okay.
Just looking through my list like stunning strike, huh?
Doesn't work.
Huh. Interesting. Let me think.
I don't remember. Do you still get something if he fails, right? I don't know.
Astral sight is an action.
You learn if the creature shares an aspects of its alignment with you. It's on a failed save. I don't know if you learn anything.
You cannot use this ability against that
Okay,
creature.
so you don't get anything on a success. All right.
Okay, let me see here. Hey, I'm using my sheet. What the hell? Sir.
I'm
What
using your
hell?
sheet. I will do so. I will delete your sheet.
No.
I'm not scared.
My skirt.
So you won't be able to roll with advantage, unfortunately.
I'm going. Can I insight him? See if he has a good hand.
Go ahead. Yeah, you can try.
Magics didn't work. Let's try.
But it might backfire if you.
Yeah. 14.
Yeah, you'll have to roll with disadvantage, unfortunately.
Oh well. I'm out.
All right, so your hands.
With that roll, I was out either way.
Yeah, Aaron, Marge, and Asher.
Can I flash of genius one last time?
Sure. In that
All right,
case,
20.
let's see what was everybody rolls. Let me double check here to make sure.
I should have cheated.
I should have cheated, but I should have I could have cheated. Okay, fuck that up.
Well, I was gonna have everybody play against each other for the final round to see, but Soren is actually the only one that passes. Soren is the only one that manages to pass the DC for this one.
Wow. Motherfucker. All right, fine. God damn it.
Why is the DCF so high for a poker tournament?
They were scaling. I was adding 1 every time.
I will use detect magic for absolutely no reason because I forgot I can do that.
Oh, okay. You really want to?
I don't give a shit.
You detect a lot of magic around the Dragonborn.
I go, excuse me, real quick. Just real quick. That Dragonborn seems to be very, how do you say, magical?
Who are you telling this to?
I'm just gonna
Like the
pull one of
pit
the,
boss.
Medallion
Yeah, that's
medallion,
one. Is it
pull
the
one of
football?
the.
medallion of thoughts on the Dragonborn.
I'm not telling. Jesus Christ! I pull one of the officials aside. I kind of call one of the officials over and go, it might have nothing to do with this, but he's pretty he is really glowing with magic. What kind of magic is it?
There's a little bit of evocation, but it's a lot of abjuration magic. Seems to be coming off of his gear primarily. Like you see a lot of, you see
hold on.
runes kind of
Do I
light
get
on
the
his
feeling
sword.
that it would help? It's something that would help him cheat.
It seems like combat gear.
Okay, but none of it seems like anything that would help him cheat.
Not from what you can tell. No, straightforward. It doesn't seem from from what you understand of magic. None of the types of magic would be able to do much. He just basically looks like a high level fighter, a high level adventurer.
Then in that case, I don't say anything. I mean, can I try?
Right.
It's like, do I get the like? Would I try to? I don't. There's nothing I can do. He passed my astral sight. So if it's all feeling like combat magic to me, I wouldn't say anything.
Yeah, and he matches your
I
insight.
will. I will say, like,
Yeah.
gentlemen, I think that Dragonborn over there is cheating.
You are covered in magic.
I mean, I know I am, but trying to tell the
He raises
people
a
this.
brow and says, "I'm sorry you lost, son, but you shouldn't make that accusation lightly."
All right, fine. I play this as a result of my losing.
What am I? What?
I don't even want to know.
I don't either.
Want to know.
This is suggested by the DM.
People
from my
post
other group.
things, so this goes away from the chat.
Yes.
Necro Kenji posts the cat pics.
There we go.
Oh.
Wow, that's come on.
It's the best
Come
cosplay
on.
ever.
He's still picking to that character's death. Anyway,
I love how it took Kenji a second. He's like, "You motherfucker."
Soren.
Fine.
Hans, get the flamethrower.
It's what I rolled. I'm sorry, guys.
All right, so unfortunately your detect thoughts fell as well, and Soren, you're declared winner of this. But you see another person approach. He also looks very capable, both financially and combat wise. All right, go for it.
I'm not even in this, but I'll help you. I don't give a fuck.
Can't tell anything.
I call hacks.
He offers you something, Soren.
What is it?
He offers you one last game. Just you and him, right? And the sitting down at the tournament table playing with just, I guess, the dealer, etc. Essentially making it a smaller round.
Is his hair yellow, gold, red, and black?
No, but he offers to sweeten the deal if you take this challenge.
Wait, haven't I already won?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's trying to double or nothing.
He's trying to double or nothing you.
Don't do it.
Oh,
I mean, wait.
Wait, hold on.
Being a
How much did he
Do
win
it,
and
do
how
it,
much
do
is he
it.
offering?
What's the
Soren
catch?
just got 10,000. He will give you 20,000 if you beat him, or another
Do we
10,000.
lose?
Another
Do we
10,000.
lose?
Uh,
I was gonna say,
it's
do we
up to your
lose the
character,
10,000?
man. Would your
You will
character
lose the
risk it?
10,000 if you lose, but you will gain an extra 10,000 if you.
Wow.
Asher's right there beside him. Do it, do it, do it, do it.
We must remember a bowl is most useful when it is empty. Still selling to you.
Fill your bowl with something that makes sense, buddy.
What's your name, friend?
You don't stand the path of air today. I'll make you move, bitch. Get out the way.
You no. He. I don't know. He just says. He says his name is Baron.
Well, where'd you get this much cash?
I was an adventurer in my days, and you notice he has striking kind of elvish features. He says,
I check his knee.
"With a long, do what?
Shut up.
No,
Never mind.
no, no." But he says, "Well, our kind has quite the lifespan, and there are many adventures you can go on. Once I'd made my fortune as an adventurer, I took what I had and invested it farther. Consider myself an entrepreneur."
What's my general how, my guess on like what's his aura? What's his deal?
I guess it'd be insight.
Is he shady or does he seem like respectable?
Kind of a healthy mix of both, honestly. He doesn't downright seem like a fiend or a hooligan or
So
anything
he's
like
just a
that.
normal rich guy.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's like the guy. If you're not specifically working against him, you'll probably be fine from what you can tell. It doesn't seem like a person to outright scheme and lie. He's gonna keep his word, but at the same time, he's gonna be ruthless.
A seasoned man as yourself, do you have anything more interesting to play for than money?
Do you have any land, any property?
No, I mean, not that the government knows about.
Oh, we don't need to worry about them. He kind of pulls you aside to have this conversation.
I have a little place.
Oh, tell me about it.
No, I can't. But it's somewhere in the heart of Waterdeep.
What the fuck's sake?
Are you betting our fucking hideout?
Astro Sidon
If I were to say, I guess Soren, you can roll a wisdom save. He's trying to see.
Oh, you ain't.
Well,
Darn.
he says to you, Soren, well, perhaps you would be willing to stake it if I were to offer something of mine in return. It's not far from Waterdeep. Of course, I have several properties, but near Waterdeep, I have an estate. Of course, it has several places nearby. It's almost a small castle and settlement of itself.
Oh, this man's confident.
I don't know, guys. What do you think?
I say do it.
I whisper to Lawrence, can you give magic to improve his card chances? I'm asking if he can guidance him. I whisper.
Guidance will only last for what, less than a minute?
Yeah, but it goes on all of his rolls.
Let me see something real quick.
I guess you'd have to like stealth cast it too, because you can't just be like screaming like "Good luck" and slapping magic at me.
Stealth or distraction. Like he managed to get away with it earlier because of the distraction.
I'm sorry. Is he casting a whole person on some dude?
He posted it, but I don't think he's cast it right now. He's trying to figure out if it's possible to cheat this at all. Because from what I can tell, I don't think Lawrence thinks it's a good idea to just trust the dice on the.
I don't either.
I'm on a hot streak, guys. Roll real.
Yeah, so the short of it is, basically he's offering you. He just gives you a couple of details about it. He's saying that you stake your hideout. If you lose, it goes to him. If you win, we'll keep it. And additionally, he will give you all property of his. He will have it officially transferred with or without your names, depending on your preference. It's essentially
I pat
a
Soren on the
small
shoulder.
castle, and it is walled around it. And within, just like a normal castle, it has a few small things to make it sort of like a small settlement.
I pat Soren on the shoulder and go, I mean, the decision is yours. You're the one who he's talking to, but if you lose, I'm snapping your neck. Pat him on the shoulder and very very comforting, and then just leave and just walk back.
I legit don't want to risk like buffing him up and then only to be caught. Because knowing how
Only we had a barbarian who could charge a distraction.
I mean, out of character. If this goes bad for us, we could just Sopranos murder him.
I mean, yeah, it sounds like he's got a lot of property. Also, I have an idea that once we find the traitor in the order, we'll probably steal all his holdings anyway. We have an accord.
Sorry, what was that? I didn't hear it.
I said I agree.
All right, he extends
Aaron
for a
is
handshake.
I grab the elf's hands like, good, have a good clean match. And I shake Lawrence's hand with my other hand, making sure that they don't touch each other. I am paranoid right now.
Prep a nice white robe, a very nice short sword, short katana, and has a long katana that he's polishing real quick just in case Soren loses.
Just in case everybody becomes homeless and become a Ronin wonder.
Yeah, no, not that. I'm planning on having him stab himself in the gut.
Seppuku.
Yeah,
Little did anyone know that a poker game would be the TPK.
Over here, that's what I said. I prepped a nice white robe for him to wear. I've got the nice short sword with the white cloth for the handle. Just saying,
Then you all will, if this goes wrong, you all will literally become murder hobos. All right. So any preparation you all are trying to do beforehand? There's a few minute gap.
Hey, Aaron, you want me to work on your arm while we prepare for homelessness? I mean,
Aaron just lives this Debbie plate. He's like, I'm out, boys. He just illusions himself.
I mean, to be fair, I've been homeless anyway, so
I make sure Asha is focused on on Soren's card game.
Oh shit! Could I? Okay, would it be possible to use prestidigitation to make it look like one of the cards is like another suit of another card?
I wouldn't.
That's not how prestidigitation works. There would be an illusion spell.
Minor illusion. Minor illusion, and you would have to try to move it as well manually because you can't move it.
Yeah. Plus, the second he touches it, he'd know it's fake.
Yeah, it's gonna be ridiculous.
You need like major image or hallucinatory.
Yeah, major image would be it.
My reason is because of your genius might rub off on Soren. Wink, wink.
Nudge.
Flash of genius, flashing sign, neon sign.
I used them all.
What a scrub!
I lost all my genius. Yes.
Do you get that back on a short or long rest?
Too bad I can't inspire myself.
Right. How about we do this tomorrow?
I sit down and I shuffle the cards.
Okay, are you trying to do anything tricky here?
Oof. I dare not.
I know, right? You did.
I'm just gonna use no magic, no tricks, just skill.
Oh, Wait. Can I shuffle the deck using freaking Step of the Wind instead of my movement speed? I'm using my hand speed.
Just instant shuffle.
Exactly. Just the most unnecessarily fast shuffle you've ever seen in your life.
I don't know. That would be up to the people at the table if they'll let you.
Yeah, I want to do everything according to the books.
No, I'm not gonna cheat. I just want to shuffle. Like, can I shuffle those real quick?
If they just turn into shreds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put them down. The stack is smoking a little.
Yeah. Oh, maybe a new set. Maybe a new
By
set.
the power of Patrick Star, we will be victorious.
They get insta shuffled. Things are shuffled. Any last preparation?
I use my aura side.
I
can't-
ask to
got
be
nothing.
the dealer.
No.
No.
They're not gonna let that
Sit your-
happen.
Go sit your dumb ass down somewhere. What the hell you think this is?
They bring in a neutral party. All right. So then, shall we
Why do you
begin?
fools not have spell books? You guys suck.
All right, Soren.
I'm gonna. Okay, hold on. 1 second.
I will say that things obviously like a bluff is not a cheat. So
Yeah, I'm exactly. I will. Okay, I will do it. I will.
the pressure is
I will
off.
bluff.
If
All
he
right.
loses within like 4, I'm gonna be so mad at myself.
Doesn't seem to make it past him.
Wow.
The
It'll
bluff
be a-
doesn't get to him.
It doesn't seem like it. It'll be. You didn't push your luck, so I'm not going to give you disadvantage, but it won't be advantage.
Holy shit! All right.
Hey, Lawrence,
I
can
hear
you
it.
pray to your non-believing dad for him to win?
Oh, you want to divine?
Okay, did you see what he posted in chat earlier? He used divination to ask his deity if the tournament was about to go south. And when I gave him the answer, he said Lawrence prepares for a fight not because of divine intervention or a message, but because of a gut feeling. He will always decline.
So this
And
is
Soren-
what Aaron's loading right now.
Soren,
Just-
22.
So Aaron, while they're doing this, is it loading this right now for Soren?
Just the whole
Just
party.
making sure.
I'm sorry to inform you, Sora. With the 22, this guy had a +6 to his roll, right?
Tell us, damn it!
Well, +6, counting with wisdom. That's his wisdom bone.
Is that
If
from
it makes
slime?
you, if it makes you feel any better, it wasn't by a large margin, but
Well, that makes me feel bad.
Soren, you win. You win.
Oh.
Yeah!
Way to fucking tease us. You
Freaking Fang
Well, I
freaking
thought-
pulls him
I
into a
thought I
bear
did
hug and
it.
starts spinning him around.
Look, hold on. I want this thing. Like this is like when the judges come over. Like there's this like dark. Aaron's just turned into this dark thing with the knives. Like, oh, Sword wins. All of a sudden he just goes
Yeah.
back to normal.
So,
Wow.
because basically what happens is it's slow. The guy lays down his hand, and it's just an almost godlike hand. It's like this is over.
So king,
And there's this
queen,
anticipation.
jack,
Soren
ace.
lays down
two.
his. Boom, perfect, and just beats him out. He kind of claps for you, congratulates you.
Like we both have straight flushes, but mine's just
Yeah,
higher straight flush.
Oh my
just on the
god.
kick. Just on
I
the kicker.
imagine it's that thing from Futurama where the freaking ace.
The
thing falls
freaking
down and lands on
coaster
the
is
table.
legal.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
boom,
it's just like you went
legal.
on a kicker sword, basically. It's just like the closest possible hand, and you managed to win. You keep your 10,000 gold, and he explains to you that he will sign over his walled estate.
I start
the
folding
shadow
the white robe up, put the so put the wakizashi away, put the cloth back in the pack. There we go.
Even with the 22, it was kind of cutting it close, so I'm glad.
I dare I ask, was it a 21?
It wasn't that high, but I'll put it this way. I was pretty nervous that this whole campaign was about to go down right there, so...
We would have been so. I don't know what would have happened, honestly.
I mean,
It's
I
not
would've-
like
I
we
would've
used
kept
that
it going,
hideout at
but-
all, but
I would have
It's just
killed
it's your
Sword
whole
for
base of
betting something that wasn't just
operations.
his. I'm just saying.
It's your whole base of operations. Your whole communication network would have gone down in like an instant, and the jig is up.
You don't know what happened. I'll tell you what happened. Either Soren was going to kill himself, or he was going to die by my hands. Either way.
Next session, Soren and Co show up to a bank and take out a loan to buy a new item.
I just become a real estate developer, and that's how my character ends. She's like, you know what? I don't need this issue. I'm just gonna start making money and buying silly land.
So he asks you if you would like it signed over with your names officially, or if you would prefer that it be incognito and come up with an alias.
I mean, we technically have an organization name.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
you
what he
can.
says.
You can put the trust or the deed to Shadowlight.
All right. He doesn't say I'll get you. I'll get the papers to you. He says I'll get you the papers. Goes by and you see him. He speaks to someone that seems to have been accompanying him, and you see like this this container open up. He shovels through a stack of things, pulls out a perfectly folded, perfectly clean, a few sheets of paper, comes over and right on the table where you just played, amid all the chips, essentially, like throws the deed in with what you've pulled in.
Aaron opens it up and looks at the deed.
Brings everybody around. It describes walled estate with essentially a castle at the heart of it. It's got several things around: stables, a smithy, basic things that a castle might need to survive as its own small fortified settlement. He brings you all around right there to sign it with him.
All right.
Hold on. This is the only time I get to use this, so I'm going to use this.
All right.
I've never had a chance to use this.
Calligraphy.
Sure.
I'll give you advantage. Don't worry. I'll say that you're inspired by this great thing. You have advantage, so
yes.
It's very beautifully signed with calligraphy.
So I imagine it's like we all sign our names, and then fucking he goes in signing like John Hancock, and we're all like, "Motherfucker, why are you writing fucking 3 times the size of our names? You didn't win this shit."
No, I don't do that. What I do is I just pull the whole thing where you hold your sleeve so it doesn't get on the paper, and just very deliberately write out his name in a language none of you understand.
Yeah, it's in a completely different script. And
so Fang's not saying this out loud, but this is me as a person. I really hope you're not screwing us over by giving us a indebted property.
No, it's
taxes.
Fortunately, it is included in there that you will not inherit debts and incur debts. But it's signed, stamped, and right over the table, right amidst the chips where the deed lies, with all your signatures on it. He extends his hand for another handshake, Soren. And really, all of you can one at a time.
Yeah.
Pleasure for doing business.
He says, if you need any renovations, then please don't hesitate to contact me. You'll find the information on how to do so at your new estate. It will be cleaned and prepared for you. You'll find it already furnished, and if you would like to make any more purchases or perhaps play another round in the future, I'm always prepared. And if nothing else, he turns and makes his way through the crowd and disappears.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was close.
Rolling in the fucking bank now. So 10,000 gold.
Yeah,
10,000 gold.
I want you to know, it sounds like a joke, but Aaron was going to kill you.
I believe you.
Like that wasn't a joke of me. That was half a joke of me just because it was perfect. But no, he was setting out
the painstaking
for you to suicide.
Well, I mean, Sword did crawl through the sewers to help establish the thing. At least he made true. So, thank you, Sword. You all now legally own this state. It's not far from Waterdeep. It's but it's far enough away that it's a nice base of operations, and it's really not far of a travel from where you're at right now. Presumably, that's one of the reasons that he had. Other than the fact that you mentioned already having your place at Waterdeep, that's one of the reasons that he had um, suggested it to you, is that you could quickly survey it if need be. But um, yeah, 10,000 gold to the party loot. It is in. There's a bunch of bags that like they offer to give it to you, and in platinum is obviously easier, or bars, or on paper, or whatever, because of 10,000 gold pieces is kind of unwieldy. So they basically offer to give you 1,000 platinum instead.
I think half and half gold, half platinum.
All right, yeah. So
So
you
can
have,
I just take my 40 platinum I spotted everyone for the tournament out of that?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sorry. What are you talking about? 40 platinum? That's 4,000 gold. When did you spot
no, it's
that?
400.
No, it's 400.
Yeah.
Yeah,
40? Oh,
Fang
that's
paid
400.
everybody's entry
I would pay
fees
my own
except for
goddamn
Aaron's.
Fuck it.
Yeah,
Well, I thought-
because you weren't here at the time. That literally would have
You
been the last
jackass,
10 of my
you
platinum.
piece of shit.
So
You burned in
yes,
the deepest of hills.
500 platinum and 5,000 gold to the party loot.
Ooh.
I guess I'll put that in party loot. You said 5,000 gold and 500 platinum.
Yeah, half and
And a
half.
deed to an estate we have no name of.
You all can name it yourselves if you'd like. Otherwise, I can try to get you a name.
I
That's
think
why
we
I
should
wanna-
wait till we look at it first.
Yeah.
So we
You
gonna
talking
go.
about Shadowlight Manor? Come on.
Oh, it's the Chateau Shadow.
Boo.
Yeah,
It's,
Boo.
it's,
Boo.
it's beautiful.
I appreciate that. That was a good pun.
That is good.
Boo.
Chateau. 2 votes for Chateau. Huh?
Shadow. It's different.
Shadow sounds more French.
I'm gonna rage because that joke was a bit. I'm kidding.
I believe that. And I just go invisible. Bye. I'm gonna go chill on my estate.
Detect magic. Our estate. It has all our names.
Let's see.
Hmm.
Chateau de Flow.
All right. So what's the plan now?
Fire pit.
So
Fire
what do we?
pit.
What,
We do have a mission, but we also have a new house.
Well, we also have. Isn't there also the fighting tournament tonight?
What?
There's a fire
They said that not necessarily a tournament, but just that some of the guys, like for example, some of the people you saw were adventurers that came in, so some of them might be around the ring, but it depends.
I'm gonna punch somebody.
I will go with so I can bet on him.
yeah, I'm done betting.
All right,
I
yeah, we
need
can do a
money.
couple rolls for Aaron real
Yeah,
quick
you were
if he's gonna.
gambling. You were gambling not only the safe house but your life.
Fang will bet 50 gold on Aaron to win.
All right, the Dragonborn is
Yes,
there
yes,
and as
yes.
an option for an opponent.
Oh boy.
Can I join?
Yeah, it'll just be like I said, for the sake of streamline and pacing, we'll do it in a couple rolls rather than a whole fight. But yeah, if you'd like to try to join in the
Are we
fighting
actually
pits for a few
You
minutes,
actually rolling initiative and all that shit.
no, we'll handle it because it's 1-on-1, so we'll just. It's only a couple
Aaron
rounds.
wants the strongest.
Strongest seems to be the Dragonborn.
I want the Dragonborn.
I
He's
bet
not
40
going to,
gold
but I
on
just,
Aaron.
I just want to pull out the freaking Hulk Hogan. You.
All right.
Ooh, hold on.
Is the Dragonborn wearing any metal whatsoever?
He's wearing mixed. He seems to be wearing some medium armor, some very finely made, enchanted medium armor.
Actually,
A mixture of metal.
Actually, it probably wouldn't be a good idea. That's not so subtle.
So who all bet and who all didn't?
He'll be fighting unarmed, so
Yeah, I bet 40
no
gold on
armor.
you.
I pull Soren aside real quick. I'm gonna message Kenji.
Oh, can I?
Loses the deed and the gold in the fighting pit.
Yeah, we're not betting any of that shit.
No.
The deed I'm gonna put in my own bag of holding.
Oh shit. Can I? Can I quickly create another vial of fairy dragon drugs? Mix it into a Coca-Cola or a Dr. Doran soda, and then give it to the Dragonborn just before he goes off.
Alchemist
I will
tools to try to
stop
do that.
you.
I will stealth that roll.
Do you want to play that game? You really want to play
Yes,
this
I
game?
do. Yes, I do. I want.
All right.
I don't know when to quit. With advantage. I said advantage. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Fine. I'll stop. Bastard.
Yeah, Kenji just asked. Just I'll hand it to him, and just whisper to Soren before they see me before I get in the pit and everything.
Okay. Guess you want me to message him about it then, or
Yeah.
okay. I'll send you a message, Soren.
I just imagine Asher's whipping up. It's like looks over. Aaron's just staring dead at him.
Look, I would not only want to create fairy dragon hallucinogens, I want it to be something more than that, something transcendent, like see the eye of God type shit.
And yeah, you can manage to concentrate some more, Asher.
Puck, you are a very, very useful dragon, and I love you. All right.
So what's Asher doing with that 26 fairy dragon monstrosity thing he's putting in that coke, huh? What's he doing?
Are you trying to offer it
Nothing.
to the Dragonborn, or?
I noticed. I think I noticed very quickly the fucking daggers that are being glared towards my way.
Yeah.
So
And
I should
in
say,
mind
because
that
I didn't want to miscommunicate anything. Aaron, did you at all
I
communicate your
haven't
intentions
I haven't said
whenever you
anything, but
asked?
there is a very big anime moment where he's mixing it. He stops and he just looks over. There's this like the freaking Oni mask just staring back at him.
Aaron, did you at all communicate any of your intentions behind this whenever you asked Soren?
No, I just told him to bet on. I just told him to bet on the. I didn't. No, I did not.
Okay, yeah, because I didn't.
Because I'm not going to do what you think I'm doing. I just want just in case, just in case.
Oh, okay, I see. So it's not like a purposely trying
Yeah,
to dive.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm not taking a dive, but it's in case I
Okay.
Oh,
lose.
Well,
you're
that
just
was my
hedging your bet.
yeah, that was my
Yeah, I'm hedging
speculation,
my
but
bet.
Oh, see, I was gonna bet if you were gonna throw
yeah,
it, but yeah, no, since that's
No,
not happening,
Aaron's
I'm not gonna do that.
just
Aaron's not going to pick out the strongest, and Aaron's not going to throw a fight. What the heck you think this is?
I don't know. I thought
right.
you were
So it's
smart. You're getting smart for a second.
so do I know? Do I know if Aaron is sending me death glares?
He's not hiding it. How smart are you?
18 intelligence, but I'm also very rash.
he's selectively smart.
That's
That
good.
is literally
ADHD.
his thing. He sometimes imposes a disadvantage on his own intelligence rolls if his character does not care
Like that
to
Well,
history
pay
roll we
attention to
did?
the
to be
subject.
fair, let's put it this way: he's not staring daggers at you because he doesn't know your intentions. All he knows is you're making a concoction and I don't and putting it in one of your sodas, but he doesn't know what your intentions are. So I'm not going to say that he's staring daggers at you. He's just looking at you very intently, like trying to figure out
And
what you're doing with that.
and Lawrence,
Hey.
did you say something about trying to join too earlier? Did I hear that right?
Yeah, I'd like to join.
Okay, so Unless anybody has anything else to do, we'll take care of some quick rolls real quick,
Actually,
starting with Aaron.
Actually, let's see. Am I smart enough to get this? Disadvantage because I'm an idiot. Nope, I am not. All right, hey Dragonborn, that was nice stuff at the poker tournament. Hey, want this soda? Like, it's a new drink I've been throwing together. I hope you really like it.
I'm going to drop.
Thank you, friend. Thank you, friend, but I don't accept drinks from strangers.
Understood.
Just
You just see Aaron is like
He
mid drop kick
me.
and he stops and just drops out of the air on the ground. I'm just like, never mind.
I assume he
no. Yes. What happens? He just walks up behind him, snaps his neck, but not like he doesn't die. Just drops him like that. Just
yeah, it's like one of those cartoon moments where the guy obviously dies and he just stands back up. It's like he just got impaled and he's no damage.
I'll just like drag him out of the room.
Yeah.
Just watch him drag it, just staring. I'm assuming the Dragonborn is taller than Aaron.
Yeah, significantly.
Yes.
A couple feet taller.
I still have my 40 gold on him.
All right, so we have the 4 on the Dragonborn, 4 platinum, and we have 40 gold on Aaron. Anybody else placing bets?
That was 50 gold on Aaron.
Okay.
Yeah, 40 gold on Aaron for me. Is someone actually betting on the Dragonborn?
He's hedging his bet. He's...
All right, fair enough.
For safety.
Yeah. Not taking a dive, but if I lose, Lieutenant will have made something.
Anybody else then?
No, I'm good.
All right, we'll start. For the sake of pace, we'll say I think athletics would be appropriate.
Rage.
On who, Lawrence?
Myself.
Okay.
Natural 30.
Oh boy.
Is this a triple threat? Is that what's happening right now? Triple threat match?
We'll do it in turns, but triple threat, I guess, is an option. All right, one more time, Aaron.
One more time? What do you mean one more time?
One more time.
Natural 30.
One more time.
$21.
All right, yeah, he puts up a hard fight, but you go 2 rounds with a guy, and at the very end, after, well, I say 2 rounds, I guess you go several rounds with a guy, and at the very end, after a long fight, when it's pretty clear that without going above and beyond, it's not going to end in a knockout anytime soon, you manage to get the upper hand and eliminate the Dragonborn from the...
I'm sorry, I couldn't beat him with a natural 30?
You were able to beat him, but you weren't able to knock him out.
With a natural...
With a natural...
What the hell did he roll?
He's high level.
No, that's
You did, however, win. So, those of you that bet on Aaron can retrieve your money.
I feel like you chose the wrong song, Handy. 252 is clearly...
All right, so how much did we win?
I'm just gonna make it easy, 2 to 1.
So double whatever we bet.
Yeah.
Right,
and
I just got 100 gold.
Why do you say I picked the wrong song?
Song number 252 is...
I have to add +1 to everything because the first column is just describing the song name, magical effect, and URL.
Oh. But we were so close to Dire Sandstorm.
We were so close to California Love, but whatever. Or the entire B movie script.
All right, now Lawrence, you'll be able to go up as well. It would be in athletics. I'm going to count this as a separate opponent, unless.
Yeah, separate opponent, sir.
Yeah.
I want to go 1-on-1 with the grape.
I'm not betting anymore.
Lawrence, you managed to, after not that long actually, pretty easily knock this dude out. Did you all place anything on yourself?
No, I didn't this time. I don't know Lawrence's brawling capabilities, so I didn't.
Yeah, I'm asking Lawrence if he.
No. I didn't place anything on myself.
All right, yeah, you managed to win that. If you all would like to be 1v1, I don't think it would be very. I think it'd be a little one-sided, considering one's character is built for athletics and the other one's not. But the options there.
You know what? I'll step into the ring. Fuck it. Can I use?
Oh, that's
acrobatics?
a mistake. That's a mistake, sir.
It is a mistake. Can I use acrobatics? Because he's not an athletic type. He's more of a scrappy 1-2 punch.
I'll humor you, but I don't know how it's gonna.
All right, fuck it. We'll go with bad ideas.
And that won. Asher, you managed to win against another scrawny, scrappy guy.
Yeah. Still got it.
Even though you didn't place any. Yeah, you and Lawrence both get a cursory 50 gold and free drinks for the night.
What did I get?
Well, the Dragonborn offers you something not exactly valuable in terms of monetary gain, but he sometimes depictions of dragons will have basically horns. Kind of hands you what looks like a horn, a curved horn, and says that it. He was wearing it on the. He has a similar one on the pauldron of his armor, and he
Neat.
gives it to you and says,
curved horns.
"Yeah." He says that it comes from a shadow dragon that he had to slay many years prior. You can kind of tell now, even with his non-human features, he's an older fella. And he says that
is it hollowed
should,
out, or
yeah, it's hollowed out. It is hollowed out.
I'm drinking out of it.
Yeah, he gives it to you and gives you a bit of story that it was a shadow dragon. It was a dragon that had been corrupted, and he had to take it out many years before when he was younger. He has the other half now in his armor. It's just sort of a warrior's honor, I guess, symbolic thing. It is hollowed out, so you can use it as a drinking horn. All right, and you all get. What is it?
I kind of want to fight Asher because I have the perfect thing if I beat Asher.
Okay, I'm down with this. Before I start all right, fuck it. Let's do this.
All right, it's our final fight. Then we'll see how it goes.
All right. Ooh, okay. Do I have anything I can use? No, I don't. Fuck it. Let's do this. Acrobatics.
Ooh. I might lose. I might actually lose.
No.
Are you fucking shitting me?
You almost.
You know, I'm raging, so it's a 28.
Yeah, he almost won, though.
Oh, God.
But
yeah, Soren, you just.
He was close. So this is literally what happens. Since he's being acrobatic, he runs up and just pock him right in the face.
Yeah, so when you ask for the stuff where they have to like go to the cellar, under the cellar, and start brushing dust off of cobwebs off of old containers, the ultimate
I
vintage. Like
thought
this
of
was
that.
around
Like,
before the town was.
I love this joke because as soon as he said he was using acrobatics, I'm like, this is all I can imagine now.
Yeah, exactly. Anime fight in real life. Yeah, Sword, you asked for like the next level ridiculous stuff that was there before the rest of the town even was, and I just really hand it to you. You all get free board and things for the night.
Okay, cool. I don't drink the drugged soda.
Probably
Wait.
not.
Oh man, I know which one is the drug soda, right?
I assume they're mostly indistinguishable.
Yeah.
You want to
And
bet?
that's why I rolled, because I'm drinking right now. You're free to take one of the sodas, but I'll tell you right now.
Let's see here.
One of them is drugged. 1 out of 8 of them.
Since it's a fairy dragon, would it be magical?
It's a magical effect.
I take
Transcendent. Very very potent stuff.
I take it and I just put it in the bag of holding. Like, I'll save that for later.
Well, which one? Which one did you take? Did you take the
Detect
right one?
magic.
Oh, fucker! No, I'm taking. No, you're not. No.
I just asked for a soda. Just took a soda.
Oh. Wait,
you have to put in a formal request to have one made.
Yeah, no, I'll make you one. I'm happy to make you one.
You have 9 sodas, 8 sodas. I just took
8
one.
sodas.
One of these is not like the other.
Yeah, I just randomly just grabbed a soda. What to you? What seemed random? Fine. We'll let the coin decide. Heads or tails.
Yeah, fuck it, you can have the soda. I can make more.
Oh my god.
And it's not just it's just not any fairy dragon drug soda. It's especially potent.
Look, man, look, you'll thank me when I use this on a big boss, and it's loopy for like 7 years.
Yeah, well, it's like DC 11.
Oh, that's fair. You can take that crap back. DC 11, what the hell?
It's like DC 11 or 13, I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
it'd have to be refined further.
I thought I did refine it further.
Oh, did you? You may have asked
rolled
about
like
it
a
at one
26.
point. I told you, there's a feat that I have in my curated list that deals with being able to use your intelligence modifier to increase the DC of poisons, but
Well,
I don't know if you had a thing otherwise.
I go, Asher, what does this one taste like? And I slide the drugged one to him.
Well, let's see if I'm dumb enough to figure that out.
Nope.
Damn, this magical poison's called roofie.
Oh god.
You know what? Fuck it.
Here.
I'll do it.
You ready for the pudding?
Are you choosing to fail to save?
Yeah, fuck it.
All right, you see hallucinations that everyone else sitting by you is one of the purple knights, but they have dragon heads beneath their helmets. They take it off.
Fuck?
All the dragon heads are Puck's head as they turn to you.
Oh, Puck? I turned to Puck. Puck, what the fuck's going on?
And Puck's the opposite. He looks the same, but he just has one of those purple helmets on his head, like a human head on his body.
Oh, fuck. Shit. I just run out of the fucking tavern.
So you'll see Asher just sprints out in complete horror.
Looks like he couldn't handle his own brew.
Is there anything else? Not you all
when
can
we go to bed, I want to do something. I want to cast a spell.
Okay, what is
I
it?
can cast spells because fuck.
Oh yeah, you took ritual caster, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, buddy. Sorry to spill the beans. What are you casting?
Find familiar. I'm gonna try to use it to get the maybe.
Are you gonna try to use that on the Phoenix?
No, God, that's not a familiar. That's a partner, sir. I'm trying to use it to give Maeve a physical form.
Okay, yeah, like a. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. That's what my that's what the other warlock in the game I'm playing right now on Thursdays did. It's his patron's physical form.
Yeah, since
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
fake, since she's already
I
fake, I'm
won't
trying to.
hassle you over that. That's as long as it's like a Fey. I mean, it doesn't need to matter.
Yeah,
You would have to choose Fey Spirit for the spell, but after that, you can change its form. Like it'll still be a Fey even if you choose Int form, but you're essentially binding her
yeah,
as your familiar. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, is
yeah.
she okay with that?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask her. Clearly, I have to ask
Yeah,
her, but
yeah. He had already asked at one point, I think, but or like brought it up before, and so that was the
yeah. Plus, she's still fake, so she can just tell me half truths, and I'd be like, "Oh, god dang it."
yeah. It's just allowing her to have some autonomy in the physical world because technically, I'm pretty sure she can just she could make an out because technically it's an agreement. It's like a render's agreement right now
Yeah,
with your head. So
yep.
all right,
Because I
yeah.
remember
So
like one of the things was she couldn't physically form or something. That's why she was in a pit.
yep,
Her body's indisposed at the moment.
yeah. Is anybody else doing anything then?
I'm just
What's
getting
my
drunk.
city as I'm running out of the building while drunk and high.
All right. Are you taking anything with you, Soren? Are you trying to take one for the road, or are you just trying to get
One
all the best
for
stuff
the
there?
road.
No, I'm just like cleaning them out. I'm just having like a party night from celebrating from my winnings.
All right. Yeah. There you go.
I'm definitely finding like I'm playing music drunk, getting people hyped, and then I'm definitely fucking something.
It's like one of those cutscenes in the like a post quest cutscene in The Witcher.
Yeah.
So we're still broke. All of us are still broke except Lawrence and Soren. God dang it.
Yeah. Turns out that the free drinks ran out after 3, and you spend the 10,000 gold on this. But no.
Oops.
Thank you, Master Roshi.
Well, you succeed in your endeavors, Soren. You also see while you're there the guard captain that the rest of the party had met last time. He's there celebrating. He was watching the tournament, cheering you all on.
Poop. I still don't have enough for magic items. I'm sad now.
All right, and then unless there's anything else, and y'all can get a long rest, and then
Wait, where's Asher?
where is Asher? You want
That's
me
a
to
good
determine
question.
that?
That's
Let's
that.
see.
What,
Roll a
what do I
D100.
roll to?
He's in the cell with freaking Herc. Herc. He wakes up. He's just in the cell with Herc.
Roll a D100, Asher.
Oh fuck. Okay, fine. Hey, you're finally awake.
Yeah.
Oh
fuck.
god, that would suck. You gotta roll a new
I'm in-
character because you ended up in Skyrim.
I'm in
Okay,
Sky.
so Asher, you wake up and you realize you're high in the sky. You're floating over a gap. And then you look closer and realize you're not actually floating over a gap. You're just hanging off the edge of a rooftop.
The fuck? How? Okay. Am I? Did that?
It's a story high. It's not so bad.
Did it snap me sober? Am I still kind of loopy? Or
Only
am I
slightly
coming
loopy.
down?
I mean, you're not feeling great. It's the next morning, but
Oh my god. So I did not get that long rest.
I'll count it for you. I won't.
No, that's fine. You can do it. It's okay.
It's
I
up
try
to
to lift
you.
myself up on the roof.
You can stand, kind of.
Well, I can stand on the roof.
Like you
I'm like
could kind
hanging.
of a crouch. I mean, what I mean is that like your lower body is on the roof, and the rest of you is just kind of hanging, dangling over the edge. You can kind of pull yourself up to somewhat between a crouch and a stand, but you can't really stand without wobbling and falling.
I'm like, okay, what the fuck just happened?
And you are on the far edge of town. Like, there's this weird smell, and you look around, and you realize you're actually on top of the stable.
No. Do I have all my stuff with me?
No, your bag is gone.
Oh fuck! My box.
Mhm.
That has
Your
damning
box is
evidence in
gone. Your box is gone.
I would have definitely taken it to keep it safekeeping since I freaking broke it. Just
Can
I
we
don't
say
know he
that?
still has in the box. I just take the box
A
as if
dead
it
body.
is with me. I don't know it's still in the box. I just take it the box and your belongings and put them back on the
Okay.
cart.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
So I'm
you
thinking,
see
oh
you see a
shit, I lost
trail.
my shit.
Yeah, Asher, you see a trail and you kind of make out what happened, and you see a lot of chaos and footprints. It looks like you had been chased around by horses at the stables. It looked like at one point you feel a lot of pain and soreness on your chest. And there's two hoof prints. It seems like you
Okay.
were kicked at some point. Your belongings went everywhere. Somebody came and retrieved them.
Well, okay. So if I have all my stuff, then I just head back to the. I just
You
head
don't
back
have
to.
it, but it seems like somebody retrieved your stuff while you were out.
All right. Well, I'm still okay. Then if that's the case, I'm still kind of freaked out and go to my group. And once I get there, they have my stuff.
Aaron does.
Okay.
Nope,
Does he not?
I don't have it.
Do you not?
Shit. All I'm armed with is a dagger and a magic wand. Fuck.
So you don't say anything about the body.
I thought I
I'm
mentioned it.
I'm
I
no,
thought
I'm
I would
asking you
mention
because
it.
you
Oh yeah. It's in the box.
wait. You lost the box.
You didn't grab it for me?
Why would I grab your stuff? I thought you would come back.
Uh, I was I was high on fucking fairy
Oh my
dragon
god.
spit.
Oh my god. Why would you leave that? Oh my god. Oh my god. Meanwhile, it's just sitting in the cart behind, like right behind Asher, just in
Yeah,
the
it's all
cart.
packed up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you feel a lumen presence over you, Asher. And
Oh,
there's kind of a dark voice,
oh,
and then you
whatever.
realize it's just Puck on your shoulder, and he says, "Hey, hey, snap out of it,
Okay.
right
What
here.
is it? Yeah.
Look behind you. Look real hard. Get that noggin
Okay.
jogging. Okay. Think.
I
What do
look
you
behind
see?"
me.
And you see a box,
My box. Woo! Oh my damning
and your
evidence.
belongings are with it as well,
With me at last.
all packed up on the cart.
Thank you, Puck. I'm so sorry. I did all that last night. You looked like a little mini purple knight. Everyone else looked like purple knights with like dragon heads and shit. And
Wait,
I
you're thinking Puck? I'm the one who got the. I don't care.
Yeah, well, it kind of happens sometimes. You know, this is supposed to be a self-defense mechanism, not a recreational.
Look. We gotta try to
Who
work
says
it
it
into
can't be
something more
both?
recreational. Exactly.
All right, and is the
Exactly.
party all up at this point, or Soren, you still stumbling out of your palace of Conan women thrown across your throne with expensive drinks and gold?
I steal the robes that they're there. And all the soaps from the bath.
Yeah, all the shampoos, all the little. All right, and things are already packed up for you. Is there anything else you all would like to do in Yartar?
Well, I don't have money, so no. Mister, make everything so expensive. God damn it.
You didn't get any money from winning those fights?
No, the only person. I got a freaking horn
Mm,
of a shadow dragon.
Yeah, the rest is
I can
just
go
in
see if he
general
wants
party
that.
loot right now.
got a 5 gold gift card to the Lion Shield costume.
Yeah, I'll go see if the freaking old man wants that. But
You know we just got 10,000 gold, right?
you got 10,000 gold. I don't know if you're sharing.
The party
I don't know how
has
much you're-
10,000 gold.
I don't know how much you're
Yeah,
Well,
sharing.
I'm gonna take half of it for me, and the rest, everyone else can have it. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
take 500 platinum.
Actually, you get. I took my platinum out of that, so it's actually
60.
60.
Sure, I'll take 460 platinum.
All right, then I'll remove the platinum from the freaking party loot. Then I'll go back to the old man OG Sean.
Okay, yeah, Esclandrar is there.
Hmm?
Esclandrar is there. You see he's moved some of the stuff back out that was in that closet after you convince the guards to kind of overlook his little magic shop.
Yeah, I kind of I set both horns on the table and go, what would you give me for these?
Well, I'm afraid without studying them further, I can't really appraise them, but this must have been quite the old dragon. He points to the hollow one.
From what I was told, it was.
Would you be asking? Also, I should mention this, Soren. You could have asked around after the fact and have been informed that this Esclandrar super old man is the magic shop of the city. He was kind of underground. But
Oh, well, then I'll accompany Aaron and try to see if I can get rid of this fucking cowrie shell.
All right. For
The what?
He has a cowrie shell that he picked up a long time ago from the ghost ship. One of the warlock on the ghost ship. It's like a warlock item. All right, Aaron, you're trying to sell the both of them.
I'm trying to see what they're worth.
He tells you that you could get anywhere, depending on who you sold it to, and if you could confirm the history of the hollow one, if it really does happen to have, really did happen to have belonged to an ancient shadow dragon, then it could be anywhere from hundreds to maybe a couple, 1 to 2,000 gold or something, depending on who you sold it to. It could get pretty pricey.
All right, I'll just put them away because it's not enough to buy anything.
It depends. It's basically you could get upward of a couple thousand gold if you found the right buyer.
Gotcha. All right, that's all. That's it for me. I'm still broke.
And for the other one, probably a few hundred gold. It came from a young one.
All right.
All right, and Soren, you're trying to pawn off or see about the cowrie show.
Yep, if he's interested in taking it.
He looks it over and says, "Oh, well, this is quite dangerous here, but very interesting. I would like it for study. Don't believe I could turn a profit, but it could prove valuable. However, without confirming its nature, I could only offer you a small amount of gold. Not much more than 100.
I mean, I'll tell him that, like,
100 what, Kenji?
Gold. He said gold.
You said 100.
I said I couldn't offer you much more gold than 100.
I'll explain to him the nature of how we found it and its connection to some warlock deity.
Oh, an elder being. Aaron, are you still in the shop? Or have you left by now?
I'm still there.
Okay, he looks around and says, "How did you all, the two of you, get such ancient items?"
He
What was that you cut out?
he's talking about the horn and whatever
and the
Soren's
shell.
sound like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we got that from Ghost Ship, and I got mine in a fight from the
Hmm.
Dragonborn. Did we learn the Dragonborn's name?
He never told you one. No.
God dang it. He was very strong. Like, too strong.
I believe I know the one. I sold him a sword many years ago. Hmm.
Was it in a stone?
No, that went to another. Um. hmm. Well, perhaps I could have these further appraised if that would be so. I could offer something now as a sort of collateral and study these. And after I'm complete with my research, I could try and find you another buyer if you would perhaps be willing to give me a small amount off of the total profit to keep my shop running. I could perhaps turn these objects into
Sure,
larger
sure.
profit.
Yes, that's fine. I'll give you 15%.
This is acceptable. I suspect that I may be able to get
Is the horn
perhaps
magical,
another
by the way?
4 digits. Is the horn magical?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be particularly enchanted, no.
Okay. No, yeah, I'll go. Yeah, same.
All right, yeah, he offers to give you he'll give you 2,000 for now, Aaron, for the horn, and Soren he'll give you for the shell. Uh, he'll give you 800 for the shell, and contact you all further if you happen to, or I guess if he happens to be able to find another buyer.
Okay.
He'll deduct his finder's fee, but he estimates that if he really took the time and found someone who could make the most out of these, that he could possibly push another couple of thousand gold out of them.
Man, I'm just waiting for Kenshi to mess up and give me an item that does damage based on how much money I have in it. Like a freaking like that one Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah, gold strike. All right, yeah. You'll manage to get those. Essentially, pawn them for now. Anything else?
I think we should go save Herc.
Sure.
All right, now we can either. It's been a while, and it's been I think close to 3 hours now, so we can call it here if you all prefer, or up to you all.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
you
there'll
guys
be
can go. You guys can do stuff on the road, but I gotta go sleep.
yeah. That's what I wanted to ask because
Yeah.
there might be some road
Just need-
encounters, so it might not be a horrible idea to save it for next time.
Okay. All right. See you guys. Sorry, this new schedule's really fucking crazy for me.
No,
No,
that's
you're good,
fine.
man.
My schedules get all flipped around recently too, and I'm still trying to iron it out with like my other DM and stuff. And so, um, I'll try to see if maybe I can have a game next week, but it's not entirely sure. I might have to skip a week to fix my schedule and get everything
No
ironed back
problem.
out.
It's all good, man.
Glad you can make it though again, Soren. Get some rest, buddy.
Yeah. See you guys.
Yep. All right. So they're gonna, like I said, there more than likely be some road encounters. So it might not be a terrible idea to save it. But
I just want to, before I go, I just want to fix up Aaron's arm with some those arm parts I found.
okay,
Ooh.
yeah, some of the materials.
Wait. Ooh, wait. I have such a stupid plan that I need to discuss with both of you.
What is that?
What if you turned the freaking fairy dragon stuff into and put it on needles and I shot needles out of the arm?
Huh. I like this. I was planning on using your arm to infuse the arm itself with like No, okay, not infuse it, but I have an ability. I can store spells on your arm,
There
and
spills my arms. All I can imagine.
I was thinking I'd store like the grease spell or something on your arm, something that would help you a lot in your combat.
Look, all I can imagine now is we're in the middle of a battle and you go, Aaron, you go, arm, execute, maneuver 6-4. And Aaron's like, what? His arm just shoots up and starts casting spells?
That's pretty much what his ability is. His ability just lets him take non-magical items, certain types, and spell stores in them. I think it's even called spell store an item or something. But
Yeah, I can store first and second level spell up to I think like double my. You can use it up to like a double my intelligence modifier. So 8 charges
Of Detroit Smash? Yes. No, KG would
of
not allow that.
grease. No, that's at least a 5th level spell.
It has to be a dex save. Let's see here. Would be a good dex save for Aaron to pummel somebody with.
Let me look here.
But yeah, Kenji, I'm gonna message you because I'm trying to figure
all right,
out. I'm going to figure out what Mape is gonna be. I freaking hate my phone. Like, cause I got push to talk on, and like, so I'm holding it with one hand, and like,
okay.
as I do that, the screen is sliding over, trying to pull up
That's
the menu
beautiful.
for Discord.
Yeah, I heard figure out, and I just assumed you were talking about the familiar, but
Because I'm perfectly fine with her showing up as Yuki Onna, but you know,
I'm just gonna assume that she is um something like that. Yeah, kind of an even more exaggerated version of herself in her little sprite or pixie or whatever form. The eyes are just slightly more alien. I guess she looks even more alien and fey than normal, if that makes sense. Those aspects of her are exaggerated.
I'll just have her as a small pixie or whatever.
Yeah, something basically like a more
Yeah.
exaggerated fey-like version of herself already.
But is she a pixie?
Um, I don't know.
I
Let
mean,
me
like,
look.
yeah, as far as stats go, like, what am I statting her as?
Um, I'll say that um, because of a similar thing happening with technically Asher's fairy dragon is not a familiar, and so it doesn't have the direct connection and things. Just gain pixie features as like I guess as her physical form evolves and she becomes more used to the material plane, so that the abilities are not all at once. Because I handled a similar thing with Asher's, and I decided to make the abilities come up over time as like in the progression. So over time, she will get parts of innate spellcasting and things, if that makes sense. Like her spell list.
So, at this point, are we out of town?
I
Yeah, at
think
this point you're out of town.
Okay. Is there like a ditch or something I can drop off this dead body at?
I'm sure you can
What
find a
dead
ditch along the
body?
way.
The guy I killed.
I thought you left them in the side of town, like on a
No, I
tree.
left him in my box. I suffocated him in my box.
Oh my god, I forgot you
I
did
know.
that.
Yeah, and I
Mhm.
just kept him there for like a week.
You literally have a chef and a medic who have fire abilities. We can do better
Look.
than a ditch.
Okay, fine. If you... All right, here he is. I just dump out the fucking dead, rotting corpse.
Yep, it's pretty
Where he's
gross.
dead. Oh fuck.
Oh, what?
Oh shit.
You're gonna spend a
What's the
diamond
spell?
on this guy?
Let's make this an alternate universe thing.
Please don't waste a diamond.
Lawrence, are you doing it?
I don't have diamonds.
Yeah, then you can't do the spell. It needs a diamond.
I know it does.
Oh, you're just fucking with us.
Hey,
Yeah,
let's
He asks his deity for a diamond.
Alright, how about this? I use mold earth to give this guy a grave.
I mean, I don't even know this
how long
guy's
has it
name.
been? When was the last time I used my divine iteration?
Technically, it was last session, but that session technically spanned it over a week, and you did it like 4 other times.
Yeah.
So I think you're good for this week. So wait like 6 more days.
Wait, didn't we wait a week for the poker tournament?
Mm-hmm.
Shit!
Yeah, we actually.
We wasted a lot.
Your deity is disappointed in your lack of faith.
Of course he is.
I wouldn't know.
Considering everything that's happened.
It is
Yeah,
sheer
he's just a
stubbornness at this
disappointed.
point.
He's just an upset, disappointed father.
He's the
I'm not mad
stepdad
at you,
who's
son.
realized spoiling you isn't helping your opinion of me.
Lawrence is out of pure stubbornness at this point. Managing to maintain his position.
God, that reminds me of this anime I just watched. Whatever.
Do you finally become weeaboo?
Look. I've not to the point where I'll put anime decals on my car and shit, but to the point where I will watch. For the point where I have a fucking Crunchyroll subscription. There's that. Yeah, Necro doesn't care. But no, like I wanted to understand like all the fucking. So there's Isekai Quartet, right? You know, the crossover with all the Isekai fucking animes and shit.
Yeah, the one that Toki hates with a passion.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, because he's mad that a bunch of the shows that are in Isekai Quartet are currently delayed on their next season.
Yeah, there's one where it's like a little girl fucking commanding like a
Tanya,
fucking bunch of soldiers. Yeah, I'm like, oh, what's this all about?
that one's pretty good.
Oh my god, it was. Evil little girl, fucking former business. I don't know. It's just awesome. I want to see more of this.
Yeah.
There's a movie from that series.
Hmm?
There's a movie for that series.
Yeah. I think I'll watch it. Unfortunately, like, I'll have to get used to I don't know, the sub voices, because if I can, I try to watch an anime dubbed. I'm not full blown weeaboo yet, people.
It depends on the anime for me.
Yeah, nah. If I can, English. Just makes it easier to walk away from a show and kind of understand what it is, what
Yeah,
they're
but
talking about for a moment.
I can understand why you'd think that, but at the same time, boy, do the dubs sometimes fuck up deliveries.
Yeah, it depends. Like,
And
I think Full
sometimes they
Metal
do.
Alchemist Brotherhood is undisputably better in dub, personally.
It's because
Um,
they're professionals and they knew what they
yeah.
were doing.
Cowboy Bebop dub, for example, I think is good.
Yep.
But sometimes, like, here's my thing. This is a complete sidetrack from the session, but that's okay. It's at
Of
the end
course it
anyway.
is. I think we're at the end anyway. Yeah.
But here's my thing, right? Like, I'll give this example. I don't know. Does everybody here watch My Hero? I don't know.
Yeah, I do.
I do.
How far are you all? Because I'm gonna post
I'm
something from the
caught up.
past couple episodes.
I'm as caught up as the dubs will let me.
So you're like 1 or 2 behind.
Yeah.
Have you seen Deku in Overhaul fight?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna try to find a dub version of this.
Yeah, that I know what you're talking about. That one, that the couple of lines there don't really fit. So do, so do, so do you guys think what the hell? What the actual frick? Okay, thank you, frickin' Discord. Oh my god. Well, if this doesn't work, this is gonna be it. Yeah, Discord just freaking died. This is amazing. Alright, see you guys next week.